Okay guys, so continuing on from where we left off today in class, we are on the back side of the notes where it says solving 3x3 systems of equations. Stay with me, I'm going to start step 1. We're going to pick two equations to cancel a variable. This step is very similar to what we did in class, okay? What I want you to do, look at the variables. The a's, we would have to change a couple of them in order to get them to cancel, but if you notice the b's, so we're only picking two equations right now. Equation 1, equation 2, those b's will cancel out nicely. So let's stay organized. This is step 1. We're going to rewrite them just as they are, minus 3b rewrite the second one, and if you remember the next step in class, what we did was we added straight down each column, so those middles will cancel. We've got 1a minus 8c equals negative 4. Be very, very careful with your negatives, guys. Make sure you're adding them appropriately. Okay, so we get this resulting equation A. So I'm going to call this A just so you understand where I'm at. I'm going to start now on step 2. Okay, step 2 says pick another set of two equations. So we already did 1 and 2. We need to pick a different pair. This, we still are going to need to be working with the b's, okay? So if you look at negative 3b and positive 6b, we can easily turn negative 3b into a negative 6b so that these b's will cancel. So right now I'm going to reuse equation 1, but I'm also going to pair it with equation 3. Okay, so this is step 2. Again, you have to use the same variable. So I'm still using b to eliminate. I'm rewriting that top equation. Okay, here's the third equation. Now they can't eliminate yet. Remember we talked about how this top one, we need that to become a negative 6b. So what I'm going to do to the top equation is distribute a 2. Now don't forget, you have to make sure that you're distributing it to all of your terms. Okay, so negative 6b, which is what we wanted. We're going to get negative 8c, and then even on the other side of the equal sign, we're going to get a negative 4 now. Just bring over your second equation. We didn't change that. Okay, so again, we chose to eliminate b using the first and second equation. We're doing the same thing now to eliminate using the first and the third equation. So my b is gone. I get negative 2a, negative 5c, negative 13. Okay, this is what I'm going to call my resulting equation b. Okay, that's different from the variable we chose to eliminate. So again, we've got our resulting equation A in black here. We've got our resulting equation B in black here. Notice how in both black equations I have an A and a C. I'm about to move on to step 3. If you need to pause and go back and rewatch, make sure you do that. Step 3 says, now use this equation A in black and equation B in black again, and we're going to eliminate another variable. So what I'm going to do is let's stack, and this is step 3 now, so I'm going to rewrite them. 1a minus 8c equals negative 4. This was resulting equation A. Equation B, I'm going to move it over as well so that my variables and my like terms are sitting one on top of the other. Okay, so we need to analyze them. Our goal in step 3 is to eliminate another variable. Well, if we look at the a's, we can see that those are close enough to eliminate, but we're going to have to multiply the top equation by a 2, right? If the top one was a positive 2a and the bottom is already a negative 2a, those would eliminate as well. So 2a minus 16c, don't forget even the other side, is going to get distribute the 2. Bring over that second equation. We did not change anything about that one. And now we're choosing to eliminate a. So go ahead and cross those off. We're just adding down each column. And now we're able to get c alone by dividing by negative 21. And this is our very first variable. Now remember, when we go to write our answer, we're going to put it in alphabetical. So we've got A, B, and C. So when I write this, I want my 1 to be the last number. Okay, we still need to get B and C. So what we're going to do now is step 4. Okay, so now we are currently on step 3, where, like I said before, we are taking those black equations, equation A and equation B I was calling them, and I stacked them one on top of the other. Our goal in step 3, as it says, is we're going to eliminate another variable and then solve. So I think in this one, A would be easiest to eliminate because I already have a negative 2a. Our goal here would just be to turn this into a positive 2a in the first equation. So in order to do that, I'm going to distribute a 2, making this 2a minus 16c, and again, make sure even on the other side of the equal sign, we're multiplying that by 2 as well. The second equation, I'm just going to rewrite it. I haven't changed it at all. And we're going to eliminate. Okay, make sure that we get negative 21c equals negative 21, and when you divide, we get c equals 1. So I just kind of repeated that because my program closed out on me. But again, A, B, C, we want alphabetical order where C is 1. What you're going to do now, we're moving on to step 4, where we're going to take that value that we just got C to be 1. We're going to substitute that value in for the variable into one of these equations, equation A, or they say equation B. It does not make a difference. I'm going to choose to do equation B just because I have some more room to work over here. So if I sub that in for letter C, variable C, I can now solve for A. And so when we divide by negative 2, we're going to get a value for A of positive 4. And I'm just going to move this stuff down. Okay, so we have A, we have C. The last one we want to look for is B. And in order to do this, all we need to do is take our A and C and sub back into one of the original equations. I'm going to choose this third equation just again because I have some more room to work. We said that A happened to be 4. We don't know what B is, so let's go ahead and leave that a variable. We know C is 1. So everything else in this equation stays the same, except for A and C. And we're going to combine our like terms. And when we divide by 6, we're going to end up with 2. So 4, 2, and 1 are my final answers, which is all just one answer with 3 coordinates.